We are going to be getting some relief from the heat wave across New South Wales during Saturday, but much of the state will still remain in at least a low-intensity heat wave, particularly west of the Divide. For instance, Canberra, 40-degree temperatures will end, but it'll still be in the low to mid-30s there. That's still pretty hot and can lead to heat stress. So this is an unusual heat wave even for Australia. We've seen records broken, both daytime and overnight minimum records broken. That means the heat has been prolonged and widespread. And unfortunately, we have the potential for dangerous fire weather next week as well. Let's track how this cool change is coming through because a lot of us want to know when that's hitting us. The infrared satellite imagery shows the boundary of a cold front. That's the true cool change that'll pull through, a trough bringing kind of a weak southwesterly change throughout Friday afternoon to Victoria. And then as this cold front rolls across Tasmania, Victoria, overnight and into Saturday, it'll really drop those temperatures down closer to average. Meanwhile, a southerly will then move up the New South Wales coast, reaching Sydney by midday, probably even earlier than that. Could be a buster, and it'll bring a nice drop in temperatures for you. West of the Divide, however, it's still going to be hot. Cooler, but still very hot. And for places like Bourke, well, you're going to remain above 40 degrees. It might drop from 46 down to 41 in between days, but it's still going to be exceptionally hot. Something that will be tempered, of course, is the fire danger. West of the Divide, we still have very high fire danger and potential for some total fire bans, but we don't have that severe fire danger forecast on Saturday. As we look a little bit further ahead, we can continue to see that heat will remain across northern parts of New South Wales and across southwest parts of Queensland. That's where the heat is really going to be remaining. And as we get into next week, that hot air is going to be drawn down into the south of Australia yet again. On Thursday and Friday, we could be in for a hot, dry, and gusty cool change. Now, what that means is that we have potential for dangerous fire weather developing across parts of South Australia, Victoria, and New South Wales next Thursday or next Friday, with temperatures again above 40 degrees or potentially higher than 45 degrees again. So it's not looking too good, and we're definitely not out of the woods as yet. And meanwhile, Western Australia also beginning to see a spell of very hot temperatures. Dean Naramore, Bureau meteorologist, had this to say about Perth's upcoming heat.
What's actually happened quickly is the cold front's moved through the southern parts of the country. It's not really cold, it's really a cool front, I should say. And that's pushed the heat into central Australia. And with the easterly winds through there, that's going to push that heat into WA. So we could see a weekend of back-to-back 40s in Perth. But much of inland WA will see temperatures once again in that 45 to 48 degree range. We could even see 49 again over the weekend and early next week. Then we'll see that heat once again start moving into central Australia early next week. And then probably into mid and late next week, and once again into eastern and southeastern Australia.
So let's take a look at that forecast for the west, because easterly winds pushing hot air right up to the coastal fringe. That means you in Perth potential to see 40-degree heat on Saturday, and maybe even the mid-40s right around that Gascoyne area up to the Pilbara region. It's very hot there. That'll also lead to elevated fire danger, very high fire danger for Saturday for the lower west inland and down to the southwest land division. But as winds increase and temperatures increase on Sunday, it could even reach the low 40s, so like 42 degrees in Perth could happen, and that could be the hottest day we've seen there in 2 years. Look at the size of this heat and that hot air mass, maybe even 45 degrees for parts of the Gascoyne region, but widespread 40-degree heat indeed, and that comes with elevated fire danger, potentially severe in both the Wheatbelt and parts of the lower west inland.